In this next unit, we're going to be talking about everything that has to do with lines. Today, our focus is going to be on finding the slope of a line. So first, let's remind ourselves what slope is. So slope is defined as rise over run. An equation that is in slope-intercept form is going to be of this form: y equals mx plus b. So when you're looking at slope-intercept form, m is going to represent the slope, and then the b value is going to represent the y-intercept. And that's why it's called slope-intercept form, because you can easily identify the slope and the y-intercept in this form. All right, let's take a look at some examples. Identify the slope and y-intercept in the following equations. All right, let's start with this first one, y equals 2x plus 3. 2 in this case is m, so that's our slope, and 3 in this case is our y-intercept, that's b. Let's look at the next one, y equals 4 minus 2/3 x. Now I would suggest putting this into y equals mx plus b, so the term that has x in it comes first. So we have y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. And then from there, it's easy to identify that negative 2/3 is m, and 4 is b. So slope is negative 2/3, and the y-intercept is 4. All right, looking at this next one, we have x plus 3y equals negative 9. Now in this one, in order to determine what the slope and the y-intercept are, we need to get y by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by subtracting x from both sides. That leaves us with 3y equals negative x minus 9. Now notice I'm putting the negative x first because I know in slope-intercept form, the x term is going to come first. Now I have to divide both sides by 3. So this is going to be y equals negative 1/3 x minus 3. And now we can see that the slope is negative 1/3 and the y-intercept is negative 3. All right, the last one, we have 4x minus 2y equals 8. So again, we need to put this into slope-intercept form. So I'm going to start by subtracting 4x from both sides. That leaves us with negative 2y, and again, I'm going to write the negative 4x first before the 8, since in slope-intercept form, the x term comes first. And now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. That leaves me with y on the left, and on the right, negative 4 divided by negative 2 is positive 2, so it'll be 2x, and then 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4, so this is going to be 2x minus 4. And now we can easily find the slope and the y-intercept. The slope is going to be 2, and the y-intercept is negative 4. All right, now what if instead of being given an equation, what if you were given 2 points that are on a line? How do you find the slope of that line? So there is a slope formula for this. So to determine the slope of a line through 2 points, x1, y1, and x2, y2, we use this formula. So slope, m, is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, let's take a look at some examples. So for each of these, you're given 2 points. And now I'm going to start off by labeling x1, y1 and x2, y2. Now really it doesn't matter as long as x1 is with y1 and x2 is with y2. But it doesn't matter which one you make the first point and which one you make the second point. All right, so for the first one here, I'm going to label it x1, y1, x2, y2. And now I'm going to apply the formula. So that's y2 minus y1, so 7 minus 5, over x2 minus x1, so 2 minus 1. And that's going to be equal to 2 over 1, which is equal to 2. So our slope here is 2. All right, next we have negative 2, 3, and 4, 15. Again, I will label x1, y1, x2, y2 before I apply the formula. All right, so here's the slope. That would be y2 minus y1, 15 minus 3. And then x2 minus x1, that's 4 minus negative 2. Be very careful with those negatives and minuses. So this is the same as adding the opposite. So this is the same as 4 plus 2. All right, so 15 minus 3 is 12. 4 minus negative 2, or 4 plus 2, is equal to 6. 12 over 6 is equal to 2. So this also has a slope of 2. All right, in this next one, we have negative 1, negative 4. I'll make that x1, y1. And then 5, negative 8 will be x2, y2. And then we will go ahead and find the slope here. This would be negative 8 minus negative 4. And on the bottom, we have 5 minus negative 1. Now, if it's helpful, again, you can think of these as being the same as adding the opposite. So this is the same as negative 8 plus 4 and 5 plus 1. All right, simplifying this, we have negative 4 on top and 6 on the bottom, and that will simplify to negative 2/3. All right, and the last one, we have 3, negative 6 and 6, negative 9. That will be x1, y1 and x2, y2. And then now we can find the slope. That's going to be negative 9 minus negative 6 over 6 minus 3. Now negative 9 minus negative 6 is the same as negative 9 plus positive 6. And that's going to equal negative 3. And on the bottom we have 3. And that's equal to negative 1. So our slope is negative 1.